Currently, he sees. He does not get to seize any mid, of course, so he's picked something slightly safe. So they have played the Kunkka. Kunkka feels good. Kunkka fits them fairly well, just doesn't build a blink. But they'll take the Tiny instead, so perhaps a slight amount of flexibility, but let's be real. That's probably mid. Yeah, I think.
Maybe they could take another hero that could like dual lane up and then just sort of see what the mid lane matchup is and work from there.
It's interesting. 10 seconds remaining. What other 4 would even cover you in this scenario, though?
There aren't really that many. It'd have to be like sort of a meme hero. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, it wouldn't really be anything. Maybe like a lion or something. But that's
I was actually thinking, you know, the Enigma for them actually kind of looks okay because he's like kind of a 4 that sort of works in that regard. But there's also still.
Hello? Hello?
What?
Oh, you cut out there. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Am I back now?
You are. You're here.
Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there is still Huskar in the pool. Is that? 10 seconds remaining. It looks kind of good this game, honestly.
Okay, I'm down.
5 seconds remaining.
Dazzle, Huskar, Dota. There's no flexibility though, and I have seen the Viper counterpick really dumpster Huskar, but some teams are confident enough to take the Huskar in a 9th pick.
That's a hero that sometimes causes trouble for Huskar. Do they dare? Do they dare?
It also causes trouble for Kunkka. It could be the other hero too. Or something as simple as the DK. Works on a couple different levels here. Just like a nice instant stun for the Brewmaster or the Juggernaut. Can go Blink, can go Shadow Blade, good Infest Carrier. Tanky versus the Tusk. Physical damage of the Omni Slash is mostly negated.
5 seconds
so there's plenty of good options. I kind of like the Rum buff this game.
I just think it's tough to play it into like both Brewmaster and Jug. And like these heroes also can sometimes build Yule Scepter. I don't know.
9th pick is actually so hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that great right now.
And the benefit you get from being able to first pick isn't like entirely insane either. I guess like the Sven has been pretty good for Flying Penguins. All right.
Wow. Okay, so mid Tiny, and we'll take the ET Radiant side. So probably ET playing alongside the Sven, I guess, right? And then the ET can do the triple camp stack on Radiant or Dire side. And then you bring the Spirit to lane and you punch people, and he needs a setup stun, so that is good.
You know, I actually think
playing
this
Radiant
draft
off lane
really good. It's like double damage amplification with both Dazzle and ET, and then Sven is like so much damage mitigation. And then you look at what compLexity has, and they really don't have any damage amp at all. And like their heroes are like kind of tanky, sort of, but like Jug is only tanky because of Blade Fury, and they have a couple of heroes with just like really high physical damage. I don't know. I think
how good is the Limp Monkey King? I don't feel like that's something I see him play very often. It looks like they've played it a little bit recently. It definitely looks like a Monkey King game.
If there is a counter that he knows against Tiny, he is going to play it.
That is true. I mean, he is the Tiny player, so whatever he thinks is best. They're also down 1 game, though, so that kind of maybe puts you into certain boxes of you're scared to pick something a little bit riskier. I think Monkey's kind of the default, though. But then you're also picking 3 melee cores into Lifestealer.
Just DP again.
DP it up.
Hit that timing. You've got Brewmaster split that's super strong. You've got Jug Healing Ward to keep the sustain going.
Didn't work that well for Team, though.
It's true, it didn't. Maybe Cole didn't watch that game. I don't know.
How about a Venomancer mid with Pipe? Some forward gaming. Some Jack Dota. Nah, I don't think we'll see that. Go for the Clinks. That is a Limp hero. He's definitely into that one. It is an Armor Punisher. I've seen some really weird... He had the single worst game of Clinks I've ever seen in my life.
You're really selling him up there.
A few weeks ago. I felt bad because it was I just didn't know what he was going for. Like something happened with his item build that I'm sure he's not sure what happened either. It was against Team Random, I believe, and they lost. And he went Medallion into Boots of Travel. Into I think this is the game. And it was just really weird. He just couldn't do anything. Didn't do that much damage. But anyway. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong game. But he had some rough ones.
Yeah. It's always tough when you see those ones, right? Like, Another thing I think about when I think back to like the it's just I can't imagine like how tough it's gotta be to play these games and play Dota when it actually matters. Like I get angry enough at ranked.
Like not your livelihood.
Right, exactly. Like Jesus. Tough stuff. Alright, well, game number 2, compLexity 1 game away from elimination, and likewise, Flying Penguins 1 game away from going to the minor.
Minor Dotes. Back on the Lifestealer. Lelis back on the Dazzle. Snaking with the Aquatic Sven. Looking real nice.
Oh, I love that sword. That sword is awesome. I'm not a big fan of the head. I use a different head when I'm that Sven.
Why? The fish head is like what makes the set. Are you serious?
Dude, it's the sword. What are you talking about? You crazy.
What? The sword has like a weird... It's not even fishy. What is that sword? It's got like a gargoyle head.
I know. You don't use the sword with the aquatic set. The aquatic set is... I don't want to flame set makers. They're amazing people. That set is not for me.
Well, you're just wrong.
That's fair.
I hate to break it. That is the Sven set. Yeah, actually, I think there's a Sun Sven one I was supposed to shill, but I can't remember.
Nice. We did enough.
Whatever
already.
that one is the Suns fan one. Yeah, that's right. He's been shilled already. Although I hear he's missing out on that week fails or the next fails of the week, so someone has to replace him. I hear rumors that it might be Grant. So you guys all need to tweet at Grant Dota Cinema and say please do it.
Grant and Slacks together on.
Exactly.
Oh man.
It would just be zucked over and over. That guy got zucked. They could change it to a Zuck Nugget.
Oh,
That's
God, no.
Production ideas here.
See, this is why they, well, I don't know. I don't know what else.
This is why I'm on the BTS
Exactly.
channel, right?
There you go. There it is.
I'm shift over here. Back, foul beast.
Sniped.
I'm here to sabotage. So far, so good.
Oh, what do we got down here? Look at these guys. They want to go find an envy.
It's a whole lot of nothing on both sides.
Yeah.
Trying to scout out lanes. Figure out who's going where.
I want to do the switch a little. This is the bug that always comes up, the spectator vision one, where you have to switch it back over at the beginning, because I like to see what they can see. But F1 always becomes unbound at the start of every game. You know what I'm talking about?
No, not for me.
Really? Why is it just me? I don't know.
Fix your shit.
I know, I got to. I just rebind it every game, but it gets unbound every game. So I don't know what to do about it. Envy spots out a Miracle in his lane. He's like, oh god, we have to deal with the Juggernaut. I don't think he cares that much.
So this is a Miracle rat game, right? He's got the nothing to stop you TPing game as Jug.
Oh, Cole blocking the opponent's lane. And then they're going to block the other lane.
It's beautiful.
And now they realize, okay, we're not going to block anymore. Because they're blocking our block. So we don't want to double up on the block. And it meets right where it would have anyways.
Yeah. Excellent.
Envy forced to pop Rage early. And that should mean that Cole don't really have to worry about that much happening in this lane stage since there aren't any open wounds. Death's going to take some punches. And where are the rest of the heroes? They're all up top, it looks like. Okay.
Yeah, it's 2-1-2 versus 1-1-3 at this point. I think personally, I'm kind of leaning towards Flying Penguins. I think I like their drafts. I don't like the fact that Flea is in the bottom lane as the ET. It feels like kind of a waste of this hero, but of course he's fighting against 3, so I think when you play this ET, you really want to abuse the camp stack. It feels really good. Z-Freak especially is really good at inside that dire triangle. He'll like stack all 3 at once every minute, and then it just gets like plus 300 damage, and he just walks at you under your tower, and you can't do anything. And you can do the same thing up top, but with 3 heroes in the lane, you're also getting a lot of benefit. Here, it's just now you're not getting an economic bonus to one of your cores, especially because he has a core spend too, so it could have been really nice.
He was able to get a deny, but that's not really the biggest bonus in the world. I think the big thing too is just being able to survive in this lane and sort of come away with, you know, getting a decent amount out of it. Because they're not denying the Lifestealer farm, and then they're going to be, you know, behind in levels a little bit. It also does depend, though, on how Death does up top. If he just keeps on getting pummeled, it's a bit of a problem. He needs to be able to get a good amount out of this. And 6-0 so far on last hits. Looks just about fine and dandy.
Snaking's going to get a really strong start, though.
Yeah.
And they don't have another poison here, so it's just more punches on death. But he's running very low on regen. So he's probably going to need some support up here soon, or he's going to be out of luck.
Yeah. The side pull comes in from Cole. Envy going to go and try and mess with it a little bit, see if he can get some last hits along the way. Needs to be careful about the shards, but he will back out of there. Trade in hits. Stanking. Nope, flee, excuse me. Gets the ET aura back and a little bit of extra armor, a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, Limp, it's getting a little scary in the mid lane for Limp here. He definitely needs this regen to come out his way. And he's going to send it with, I don't know, no salve? He's buying some tangos, okay.
I mean, he is owning, though. Like,
yes. I mean, this is what happens, right? Zero armor hero. Rhea basically has to try and use the tower armor, but he's even getting poked under the tower because Limp has already given away his ward, so he doesn't care.
Death? Ooh. Back away. Lives. And as you said, no regen.
Oh, uphill! Got him.
All right, there you go.
Just pops that strafe. Oh, yeah, give him the tip. Yeah, get in his head.
There you go.
There's your game plan. Buy another Wraith Band. Yeah, show him who's boss. You're the man, Limp. Stack him up, baby.
It's pretty great.
Man, he's going to do so much damage with a medallion versus this tiny if he gets off to a big start. And, well, Maria, bring the sentry in. And slowly.
He does have his bottle, at least.
Good God, he's level 5.
Yeah, this is where it becomes, like, more than scary.
Oh, my God. If he denies this rune, Maria's just like, well, I really hope. It doesn't even matter. They're controlling both. They've ended the mid lane. Oh, there was a creep following Z-Freak, though.
Yeah. So they'll know about this. Z-Freak did make the sort of walk back to look like he was going to lane.
Yeah, but they know that he just dewarded.
That's true.
Communication.
Yeah, that's really bad, actually. That's really bad. It's like they'll never guess.
He literally walked down and placed it like in their face, and then killed the ward. I mean, at the same time, it's still getting the job done.
Yeah, all right. He draws aggro, and they realize it. Oh my God.
Oh, they got his ward too, though. So value anyway in the end.
Yeah, just within range. 5-minute mark coming up. It is a 1-on-1 down in the top lane now. Snake King.
Who gets the top bounties? Is
Def
Def going?
He's moving.
He wants. He wanted to cut him off and get both.
Looks like Cole are set up to get 2 down bottom, and then they'll trade off 1 apiece. Elsewise. So that's pretty nice for him. 1,000 gold lead already for compLexity. And I think a lot of it is just going to be the difference. Yeah, right?
It's about a 1,400 net worth lead across the mid lane from Limp to Ruya, so really good pick there.
But that's also like the last pick. You kind of knew that was going to happen, that you were going to lose the lane. Maybe you didn't know it was going to be that hard, but nonetheless, it's what happens. Sand King, bonus 131 damage. This ET is very strong and trying to walk away now. The shards block off Envy, actually, and not able to get Sand King, but able to reapply and get that extra damage yet again. Sand King moving forward, but Lelis gets both of the kills. Suddenly boots.
Suddenly boots, yeah. And the runes again up top. Ruya. Oh, the army. They know he needs the rune. Oh, there's nowhere to go.
God.
Increased potency.
And then it's bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That was pretty cool. Usually Burning Army looks not that great. I always feel like the ultimate is just not that good, but
they did buff it, but or at least after its initial release. But the other thing is that like they don't have a lot of good control to use the ulti in this game, so that's kind of why I was leaning towards Flying Penguin. But right there, he just found a moment where he could guarantee that Rhea like had to play there, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, he's relying on ice shards basically.
Sand King moving in.
And he's sorry, I thought you were watching mid. He just got sharded and died again.
Oh no. No, we're watching down bottom. This could be a kill on Sand King. They already got oh my God, he hits really hard. Miracle needs to be careful. Miracle, excuse me? Miracle, no! Fairy Fire, heals back up. 343 wants it desperately. They come back in for the kill. Oh, and they're also gonna fort now, which putting the pressure on since Snake King is level 6 already. So what happened mid?
Nothing much. Z-Freak just cast spells on him and he died. That's pretty much all you need to know. And he's got no armor. I mean, that's pretty much it. He dies really quickly to clinks.
Yeah. Just that armor protection.
It's so weird they picked this tiny with like no knowledge on the matchup, and like he doesn't even jungle that well, but he kind of has to now. I mean, he must be really confident on this hero or something. Or it's just the fact that even if you get to like level 9, you can still just kill Clinks over and over, which is probably more so what it is.
I mean, there's also the fact that, you know, it's an envy game, so you want to be behind and lose 2 racks, that way you can win. Like, if they get ahead too early, it's a problem.
It's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
A little bit of wombo combo, a little bit of control in the fights too.
Lyrical is level 4. That is also a bit of an issue. And Z-Freak and Snaking, ships in the night. They will pass each other. They want to give this Jug a little bit of a better lane since he had a tough time.
3-4-3. Limp shows up bottom.
And they catch Lelis.
I mean, he just pops that medallion and goodness gracious.
That Burning Army
is... Don't die, there's no rune.
Oh.
It's not worth your life.
Nah, he's out of there.
Whereas, like, finally.
Middle tower is under attack.
Picks up the regen. Runs into Z-Freak. Avalanche has a snowball if he needs it, but also the shards, and decides to turn.
You got raindrops, baby.
No armor still, and even less with the medallion on him. Dude, this tiny has been...
That ward killed him. His own ward. He got jebaited into trying to kill a Tusk that he can't kill. He didn't check the raindrops on there.
3 points in toss. Yeah, it's tough. Tough.
How many times he died? 4 times.
Dude, it ain't no
back.
joke.
He doesn't give up.
I guess as long as you can like keep on getting levels, eventually you're gonna get to a point where maybe you can like find a kill in a team fight or something, and they're just gonna have to rely on, you know, the Sven to carry him.
It's hard to find games where Tiny can kill more than one hero, and he has basically 3 this game. So there is recovery time, right? Like you have 2 Agi carries and a Grimstroke, whereas it feels like a lot of games look more like the Radiant lineup, where it's like, you know, ET, Sven, Lifesteal, you can't really combo any of them.
Yeah.
Get nice and beefy.
Well,
he's very far from that part of life, though.
So 9.5 minute mark, we're getting close to those runes spawning. As far as objectives go, looks like there isn't really that
this
much.
Guy doesn't give up, man. Look at him mid lane. He's just...
I mean, he knows what he's got to do. He does need to be careful, though. The shards looking for the block off, not going to find it. Limp is moving into position, though, and can't quite get there to find the tiny. Shards don't still fully block the ramp, right? They used to for a little while.
Yeah, no, there's a little bit of space now.
Envy able to steal away that rune. And a stun now onto Jug. Still level 4 on Miracle.
Yeah, he's been running around quite a bit. And like lane to lane, and always has his bodyguards with him.
And there's always like a billion people in his lane too, right? There's like 4 nearby him right here.
He's just like, guys, yo, I need some space here. Let me breathe. All right, Limp not going to buy Boots of Travel. He's going to go for a Midas, in fact. At least he's thinking about it.
Okay.
He's been perfecting his build, it seems. Envy, speaking of which, has his Midas and another 100 gold. Even less now after this catapult. He should have it. Envy wouldn't miss a catapult.
That's right.
Oh, God, it's getting stressful.
Got it. 69
Not
gold.
even close.
That's what you want. ET, send his spirit through everybody. Was a stack up of that camp, it looks like, as well. And they're going to move now on to Mr. Flea, who does die. But again, it's like, are these 4 heroes just sitting up here top? Is that really the way that you want to play right now?
They were trying to play with the catapult wave so they could take the tower with Limp. That's why he was up there.
Are they
for
gonna
so long.
rush? Can they?
No, they're gonna wrap around and try and go for another kill to again guarantee the catapult wave. Gets the kill on this tower. And it's all on Z-Freak. Limp's a little far ahead, but of course he has the invis and there's no sentry, so life's good.
Burning Army. Got him caught and killed.
That was really nice. They kind of called out a bit of the bluff there, where like it looked really obvious they were just going to take this. So I think Snaking was like, okay, I can't fight the tower, so I'm just going to farm. And now they just get both instead.
I think these guys can rosh really early, though.
This guy's crazy.
I mean, he wants to keep this tower alive. The Infest could be used on the catapult if he wants to.
Well, he's not going to keep the tower alive.
Jumps inside, takes down the catapult, and... Alright. Farms up the wave at least.
Man. The more shocking thing is that Roya might have a Blink Dagger in a little while there.
Yeah, he's gotten some time to himself. And that's what I mean. Like, all those heroes up there top, you do get the tower, which is all fine and dandy, but it's still Flying Penguins that have been able to somehow, like, build a lead during this time period, right? Like, both in experience and net worth. A pretty significant amount, like 3,000 gold, 2,000 experience. Death has the ulti if he wants to use it. Snaking, gonna walk out of way. And they can't quite get in a position to hit Mr. Brewmaster. Got the bad juju working, though.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And with this, Flying Penguins are going to put pressure on the tier 1 tower.
Get top after all that. So the dual lane push going to be successful here. And Envy's just looking for something to Midas. Doing the math on which creep is best.
Tower's not quite dead, but it will be soon. And also mid lane. Snake King is going to take this one down. Miracle able to kill off Roya in the bottom lane, where they also use the brew split.
Too. Yeah.
But they take the tier 1 mid, so a trade-off. Tier 1 mid, and then probably also tier 1 top. Use the glyph at the last second there.
All right, now what do you do about bottom, though, is the question. Do you just let it fall here?
They don't have Omni.
Theoretically, Flea could go.
Envy goes.
Yeah. Well, they want to try and get a kill up top on Z-Freak. Bank, maybe not. She's playing so aggressive on the Flea. Yeah, they're going to try something here, but it's a really hard kill with Snowball.
Well, they have other heroes showing up now. Limp is here with the Burning Army. Tries to turn on Snake King. Already burned through the Warcry shield, and he's just dead.
Whoops.
Yeah. It is all those heroes that end up heading top. And again, that's more space down here for Envy to get farmed up. About halfway to his Radiance. Tiny also now has his Blink Dagger. The Courier is going out, and it's back in his stash, which isn't great.
Not ideal. True. Sorry, says Flea. Just assume it was his fault, even though it doesn't make any sense. Lelis is running against some Ward Sound, and oh look, it's a Midas.
Mr. Death. I feel like Midas on Brew is actually pretty nice, though.
Yeah, the levels are just incredible. He's some of the best talents in the game. The level 25 is just incredible. You just get to be the ulti. You're no longer Brewmaster. You're just the Brewlings. the best way to play Dota.
Gotta get all them auras, though. And then an Ags.
Now there's an item you don't see very often anymore. Very good, though. And it's honestly not even that much micro. It's like one more spell. Like, he can do it. You guys can handle that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, some of you.
Dude, I play Brew Aghanims. Not very well, but I do it.
You play Underlord Aghanims, too. So I mean,
that's right.
I don't really trust your Aghanims purchases.
Dude, it's coming.
Midas.
Just wait.
It is done. Thanks. And his triple Wraith Band. Man, he's so much agi right now. That thing. Toggles up.
Just think of all the attack speed. So they haven't been able to secure the bottom tier 1 tower yet. Looks like Envy is going to leave that area. And they could go for maybe some smoke up play in a little bit here with maxed out Avalanche and Toss on the Tiny.
Yeah, I think complexity's game plan is pretty linear. They just want to push these two towers down if they or like force a response. It is dangerous versus the ET with the ulti, and there's also a catapult coming into the bottom and the top, so they can't take two towers here for sure for Cole.
Envy.
They're trying to Envy.
Midas off cooldown.
Oh no.
Dude, there were giant wolves right there.
I mean, he was dead, let's be real. Yeah. I don't think he could have made it to the birds. Maybe he could have made it to the birds, actually.
Yeah.
And they are going to smoke now, actually. Limp's going to head bottom with Miracle. So that catapult got a decent amount of work in bottom, or sorry, mid, and then they are going to take top. TP from the Brewmaster, and then the wraparound.
Oh my god, look at this. He's pre-cast the ulti, and it hit on the 3-4-3 too.
Dude, that was like Babe Ruth with the plank. Like,
find the kill. That was beautiful.
I'm not sure how they lost their smoke, because they were smoked.
Maybe they punched creeps?
I don't know, he's drawing the line of what they did, but yeah, they lost their smoke at some point, and then they were just walking up past his ward. And they're like, oh shit, there they are, guys. So they just kind of get two towers, almost. Top is very low.
The other thing is that, like, in spite of those early deaths, Tiny is starting to catch up. He's basically, like, turned into an offlaner now, but the big thing is Sven is the most farmed hero in the game and has a Midas. Yeah. Like, they're not falling off. This is going to be a farm Sven.
Everyone's ready for last game, dude. Everyone buy a Midas. Oh, no. Don't sell them so early this time, guys. What's going on?
Right?
Those were moon shards you sold. There's, like, moon shards for your friends.
If only.
So really, who doesn't have a Midas? Jug. Jug is the only one without the Midas.
They had a Midas for him last game. Or no, the game before that, sorry.
Yeah.
They did lose that one, though, so.
I think that was that Envy or Team?
No, that was Sammy Boy.
Yeah.
That was game 2. 6-10.
Dire should be getting Roche here, is what should be happening. Like, they took these bottom towers. They have the constant pressure in. They should be the ones that are now making the rotations into the Roche pit, getting wards around that whole area. The threatening thing is the ET, but they also have the Brewmaster as well as just like Clinks threatening around that whole area too. So they need to get some vision going for themselves.
Look at this. That's a triple stack of Ancients right there. Quad stack?
Look at Lelis just taking that XP. It's like, doo-doo-doo. Don't mind me, guys.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Who said nice? Lelis said nice.
Yeah, dude, he's getting the money from the stacking.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Buy a Midas. Buff that some more.
Buy a Midas, quick.
Yo, actually though, like, just be real with yourself. Think about how many wards a Midas gets to. How many levels on Dazzle?
It's why he's not buying a cloak right now. He's saving up. What if the whole team bought Midases?
Might as well at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Haha. Might as well. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's not funny when you have to make me have to repeat it.
I know, yeah.
Is running in on Envy. Envy's got the creep wave, though.
You want to know the real thing, though? It's not funny the first time either.
Oh, I beg to differ. Envy stunned up here. He still has the creeps, though. He's just playing with them. Oh, creeps. Yeah, get back to those creeps. Oh, Envy. Oh, he's playing with himself. Ricky 6, baby.
Nice. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Trent, you madman. The fight turns it back around, though. Z-Freak getting the man. Lelis has the heal. Now Aurelia also going to die. Oh, Snowball finds the kill. Chasing forward for Mr. Death. Mr. Snake King making it happen. Will eventually be brought down 4 for 1.
What happened? It goes from Envy dying to a 3-man stomp setup for an ulti to the rest of Penguins dying.
Yeah, man. Flea baited them in. Oh, looks like they're going to be able to get that other bounty rune. 20 minutes?
This guy? Hallow? The pit?
They don't want to do it.
Arrows. They do it so fast. But alas.
They really do.
We will wait. We'll be patient. Death's going for the Radiance. Midas Radiance. Wow, he is so farmed, actually.
I mean, everybody kind of is, right? Like, except for the Tiny. The Tiny out of the cores is the one that's fallen behind. God, every game there's Midas Radiance on both teams. Yeah. Is this good?
On one team, Lone Druid on the other.
Like,
what? This meta? I don't know.
Is this what I should be doing? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out.
Midas apparently is the answer. It's just how it is. I mean, when both teams just agree to buy Midases like this, then it is good, I guess. Then you're just winning if you buy more, right? Like, both teams are currently being stalled out by Midases, and if one team has more Midases than the other because your teammates are going, oh, guys, just hold on, I need my item soon.
Yeah.
I bought a Midas.
Yeah.
And yeah, life's good if you buy. I think we're at 2-2 in this game, though, right? So we need someone to break the tie.
That's true.
Who is it?
I feel
is anyone
like there was
saving
a
up?
patch like a year and a half ago or something where this same thing happened as well.
It was before that. It was like, wasn't it like TI4?
It wouldn't have been TI4. I think it would have been later than that. Because I don't think there was casting at that
TI4
point.
was the Arteezy Midas, right?
Yeah. I wasn't casting at that point.
It was after that. Yeah.
Okay.
But the support Midases every game, yeah. Teehee Chen Midas.
Ooh.
You, rather, but yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of Midases back then.
Snaking just hanging on to a salve.
Casual.
Going for the BKB next after the Sanjin Yasha. Very farmed. So too is Lifestealer, who has that Radiance and his Midas off cooldown, and they're looking for an opening here. All they need is flight service. by service of Tiny. And they're going to go for Z-Freak here, it looks like, right to open up. Got him caught and killed. They do have Radiance on Death. So if they wanted to fight, they could hypothetically, but losing the Tusk there hurts a lot. And this is kind of one of the issues, right? Like, Limp 8-0-4 does not feel like it right now.
Well, yeah, the first 5 of them were meaningless because it's just lane kills, it feels like. I mean, not meaningless, but you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
They're not the big impact ones.
Well, like the laning stage, right? Like, that all sort of, it fell apart afterwards.
It just feels like the mid game is going to be harder for him to fight in the engagements. They did a great job in the laning stage with the ice shards and everything, but when the fight's actually, like with his grave and stuff, I'm not sure how he actually gets kills, because again, we kind of fall into like a very minimal stun style kind of game. Maybe there's enough slows and stuff. Cool.
Well, and the other thing is that we haven't really had that fight around a particular objective yet, right? Like the
Roche objective fight in mind, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Can't really. Nothing really jumps out.
Hi, I love that. That's great, man. Oh,
I
Flea.
can't write welcome. Too long.
Avatos yet again. Miracle's just dead. Yes, no, maybe so. He is gone indeed. And now Limp looking for an opening. Can he find his man?
Oh, he's buying back.
Under control. But the runaway, even in the midst of being soul-bound, it kind of doesn't matter that much. Roya, Grave, trying to walk away, has stick charges to pop afterwards, but can't quite get it off in time. Now the stun Snake King turns it back around, but there's the snowball, and the stomp connects as they break out of there. Oh no, the snowball. And there's going to be the Earth Splitter through Omni Slash, just tickling the side of Flying Penguins, and Miracle needs to get the heck out of there. Has the healing ward working, but the stun connects from downtown. And they will find themselves another kill. Death, my man, it's trouble. He does get his Midas off, but it's going to come at a hell of a cost as he loses his life.
Heal bomb? How much minus armor did he have right there? Jeez.
This is rough. And now immediately into the pit. You know, Cole had some issues doing it, but Flying Penguins, they know where to go.
Good God, that was a like. Wow, that was a massive. It was like a 500 damage Shadow Wave. God.
Yeah. They do it.
All right, so Roche.
It's the 3-3 stop it.
So that fight, by the way, Flea, huge play. He got the sleep on both supports. They were coming down the ramp while they were chasing those 2 slowdown units, and well, they're gonna feed away a couple more here as Adam falls.
Roche still alive.
Roche is still up. This is working. They're delaying.
Okay. I mean, at the same time, though, you also just lost your other 2 supports, so I don't know. Not
it
sure.
would have worked if Z-Freak got out. It was worth, I think. Because then like Miracle is coming back, and maybe there's a chance, but yeah, now there's no chance. Now they just run away.
That's true. Man. Flying Penguins, 1,000 gold lead now, 15-15 is the scoreline, and Roche gonna be going their way. 1 game away from going to the minor. And
I wonder if he just buys Scythe on the Clinks next. Because he needs a solution. I mean, he still needs BKB, though. Like,
dude, it's going to be a long while.
Well, he's got a Midas, though, so we'll get there.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's something.
Does he have any vision for the Hurricane Pike? Not really. You think about those Hurricane Pikes with, like, you know, Corrosive Haze or even Beastmaster Hawks, and, like, you guarantee you won't lose vision with them or whatever.
Right. Yeah, no Sigil anymore for the Tusk, sadly. It's been a little while.
Yeah, I still see Z-Freak making plays with the shards, but the Sigil was a little cooler.
Yeah. And
those snowball saves.
You know, I hate to say it, but Juggernaut is just... Holy crap, this hero.
I'm gonna let Juggernaut get a pass on this game. I just blame Clinks. I don't know this hero. This hero needs some friends. He needs like a Chronosphere or something. He needs like a black hole.
DD Snake King is caught by the Cinder Brew, but DD lasting a little bit longer. Think about jumping in. Doesn't want to do it though, as there was a blink away, and still Snake King a little ways away from that BKB. Has it now. Still doesn't have that
Envy?
Blink Dagger initiation.
If he had kept going, he would have been able to cancel the blink of Z-Freak in there. Like, they're just running past wards. They know they're here. They're going to try a backstab play here, perhaps? Are they seeing an opportunity, or are they just ditching?
It's spin TP and the glyph.
Damn.
Nice. None of that mess.
Mid
Envy
lane?
finds
Envy?
himself death, but can't
That's a
get
good
the kill.
TP.
Oh, white fight, bottom. They saw that the lifesteal was not there, and they decided that they can go in on this, and they take down Sven.
That's godlike for Limp. That was really sick. The way he just he didn't panic TP home, right? He TP'd
Yeah.
to where the fight could be, and now Envy's gonna be like, so much for our Aegis engagement when the Aegis is not there. And now he even gets cut off here. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. That was a full TP away by the Dazzle. Envy's going to walk into this, though, and see if he can find anybody. Earth Splitter, not enough. So a big win there for compLexity. They take down the highest net worth hero in the game. They also take down a Tiny. And they only ended up losing the Brewmaster.
Well, consider our game delayed a little further.
There you go.
They have 2.5 minutes to use this Aegis. They really wanted those tier 1 and tier 2 bottoms, so much that they even used the offensive glyph and attempt to keep their creeps going. And that tower is low. In fact, Envy's just going to try and YOLO it here, it looks like, with a Rage. Oh, I thought he would just go through the back door, to be honest. He's going to respect it enough to hit the creep wave, though.
I wanted to talk about this, but the fight started up. But Lifestealer going for the Crimson Guard, it does feel like they're just sort of, all right, let's try and, push the tempo of this game a little bit. We don't want it to go on 80 minutes. As much as that breaks the meme, I think that it's the truth.
Yeah, I think they're trying to have 2 damage dealers instead. Instead of like the Sven building it and doubling up with the Warcry and the Crimson Guard, it's like, okay, well, let's spread it out a little bit. Like, I'll buy some aura, you buy some damage, because he actually has like an S and Y this game, and
Right.
on the hunt for Miracle, but he's going to get out, and of course this ward helping. Let's get it out. Let us be able to get that.
Well, that is going to be the tier 2 tower down, and using this Aegis, they still have another minute and a half on it, and it looks like they want to go high ground. Right now,
Adam needs
nobody
to get
home.
here and stroke that wave. Stroke it good.
See if they can do it. They have the glyph if they want to use it, but that is going to be the glyph used. Still have Rage in a second here for Eternal Envy. Stroke of Fate connects. Snake King giving them punches. A bit of damage dealt out there with the right clicks, but with both Crimson Guard and Warcry, it's all physical damage. And if they want to commit,
though?
it's like...
And they have vision control of the plateau. They could try and hide up here and see if Cole like smoke into them or something.
Here's the other thing, right? You can talk about, in theory, the ability to dispel all of these buffs on flying Penguin's side, but that revolves around you using the brew split to do it. So,
Yeah, and you only get one, really. Like,
yeah.
So it's, yeah, it's definitely not that big of a deal.
Right. Envy, there is a creep that makes your teammates strong. See if he decides to take over that one. No, doesn't look like it. Let's have his Midas back off cooldown again. And they are gonna hold on. The level 20 talent is there for the Lifestealer. So extra evasion on top of the mischance. And it looks like with the Aegis expiring, they're gonna get out of there.
And that actually forces the hand of Limp to have to go in towards the MKB instead of that Scythe. So again, still no control for the hero.
Shards is the best one. This doesn't look like it's gonna work. Although they did get the silence onto the Dazzle. That's pretty important. Miracle wants to take him down there as well. Grave does not get out. Now they need to disengage, but the lift up is there onto Lifestealer. Snake King trying to find a target, able to find himself one. Taken away, pops the BKB, trying to run the Omni Slashes there as well, though. Still getting the heal, he's living through it, and they have the Grave as well. Could potentially turn this if they need to. The lift up, again, only onto one. And that's Brew Split used, that's everything used.
Lella's trying to farm those snakes, or spiders, or skeletons. God damn. Dang, Wraith King here.
You go one through the other, then the other, then the other.
Too many S summons. At least they're called treants and not sapperlings. I'd have more to go through. But away we go. A shrine and a smoke. It's like a shower and a shave, and you're good to hit the town.
Mm.
And they're going out. They're following their fearless leader, Envy.
Envy, where are you going? We got this guy right here.
It's the bait, dude.
Oh, he doesn't know split. In some trouble. He's going to die.
Misdirection. Envy's specialty.
That was pretty sick. And now they do the ultimate misdirection. Just say, all right, we're just going to go hit these things instead. This wave is pushing in really hard, too, so they have to send Miracle to deal with it because it was double catapult wave. Barracks are going to fall.
He hits so hard with God Strength right now.
Yeah, it's
He's hitting
actually
for
insane.
600 on snaking.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Now the Avalanche going to find the toss afterwards. Not quite on the mark. We have the Phantom's Embrace now onto Ray as well. Soulbind, Force Staff onto 2. And it looks like Envy, still holding onto his rage here, can just punch away at this tower. A 6,000 gold lead, but it feels like so much more than that right now. There's Flying Penguins just asserting dominance in this mid lane. And even without the Aegis, Envy feels perfectly fine with this. And it kind of feels like what we're talking about, right? Like, Flying Penguins, you have all the damage mitigation in the world, and you have damage amplification, and then on the side of Cole, they're really lacking that. And also lacking the control. Tough stuff.
At this point, yeah, definitely. They basically want to secure vision advantage, which they've done a great job of. They have essentially a line of wards here. Unfortunately, a leftover sentry ward will take care of one of Lelis's observers. He tried to put in one of the sneakier spots, but not going to get away with it.
Yeah.
But this one is not often dewarded down on the ground there in the mid lane, so that'll probably last. Those high ground ones, though, I mean, both of them are going to be expiring soon anyway, but they look to be just thinking, you know what? We bought out on Envy. He has all of his gold spent. He's got this AC. They're ready to go high ground. I think they just want to try it again. Maybe see if they can get a blink play. They could really use a high ground ward, but you can see the supports on compLexity have done a great job of keeping that covered so that they can't just get a free pick from Ryoya.
No. They did see the Clinks down bottom. Not sure if that glyph was for the Clinks or what exactly it was, but
Miracle coming out here is so dangerous, though.
yeah. His Manta, I guess, is like a defensive option, but hypothetically could just get tossed.
Yeah. All right, so how do compLexity dig their way out of this one? They definitely have the kill damage from the Clinks. Again, it just comes down to the idea of holding someone in place for 2 seconds so you can input the damage to their hero life bar.
Right.
That would be great. All right, they're going to go for a smoke here. Judging by their little group up, at least maybe not. They don't have a smoke, so they're just going to all trade spots and run in a circle for a second here. Don't get tossed. Is that what this stance is? Everyone just run in circles. Be unpredictable. So. Scatter.
Duck, dive, dodge, all those things.
Oh, they're ink swelling Z-Freak.
Are they just bored? What's happening?
I think they thought they're preemptively preparing for a jump in.
Okay.
And because they're trying to be close enough to blink save and stuff onto Miracle. Z-Freak's trying to make massive plays basically because they're thinking if they were on Flying Penguins, how would you crack the space? And the answer is pretty much tiny toss. That's the best tool they have, right? Ryoya has fully skilled for it. He has and itemized rather, but he's the Force Staff, he's the Ghost Scepter, and he's the Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 items, right? You hop in, you throw someone out, you force yourself out, and you have it behind you if you have to keep everyone else back, and you try and solo kill whoever you threw out the bait.
The other thing is, like, there's no real need to push it too hard. Like, if it comes out and you make that work, then fine. But if you don't, like, you're ahead, get further ahead. And that is a 9,000 net worth lead off the back of farming out the entirety of compLexity's jungle, as well as taking those bounty runes. And I think that they might have just revealed themselves for a second. No, that's a Dire Observer ward.
Still good.
Envy.
There's Envy.
This is not the target that you want to go on to start this fight. Snake King chases forward. They do have the ulti out from Death already. The Soulbind is there onto 2. The Splitter could come out a second, but Clinks is asleep this entire time. And this fight is not working at all for compLexity. 343 running into the midst of all of the heroes. The snowball saved for the moment. Who's going to be on to Flea, who's still living with that Ghost Scepter keeping him alive, and now the bad juju starting to stack up. They have the jump out, but Limp is dead. Snake King with the triple kill. This has gone from bad to worse to even more worse. And Miracle stunned.
Has a spin here.
All right, gets away for a moment. Top side of it, though, they found themselves another. This is Death coming out of the split, and he is dead.
It's good to be accurate, in your nomenclature, so.
I like that.
Second set of racks. Top lane. They can also just waltz up there. And, guys, I think Envy might be heading to the minor. Along with Snaking, Ryoya, Laposta / Lelis, and Flea. N.A. Dotes repping hard here.
Doing a hell of a job of it. And Mr. Flea gonna TP back and have the spirit follow him as GG is called. Congrats comes from Miracle, and Flying Penguins will be your representative at the StarLadder Minor.
They did it. All right, congratulations to them. Hard fought bracket there. Cole just kind of tearing through, but not able to clutch it when it counted. That was it Moral defeat in game one, perhaps. It's a hard one to come back from when it felt like you were so close to just stealing it away for yourselves.
I mean, and I think that it's kind of, it's a tough one to take, definitely. And for Cole also, I think that this isn't necessarily their final form either. I would anticipate them coming back stronger in the next major. Like the fact that you had people that were playing in the qualifiers as stand-ins, and sure, they looked really good through that, but you need more time to gel as a team. But Flying Penguins, likewise, you know, you had Rhea that was not the mid player most recently, and he's going to be able to make it to the minor as part of this group of players.
What was the larger comeback? Was it game one for Flying Penguins or game two for Ryoya? Because he managed to make something out of his hero when there really wasn't a whole lot to go off of.
I think it was game one. Game one to me feels like
just maybe.
Yeah, that was such a huge comeback. I still can't believe they won that game.
Very impressive stuff. Well-deserved series victory for the Penguins.
Definitely. You say that a lot. You're a hockey fan, right? You like the Penguins? Is that what's going on?
No, sorry. I mean, Crosby's cool and all, but that's a negative.
I don't know. I just remember the Leaf thing.
Tarps off, boys. All right, get us out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. We have more qualifiers that I'm going to continue on over the next couple of ones. I'm going to actually be casting with Lacoste in roughly 8 hours, so I'm going to go to bed. Trent, thank you so much for joining with me. Give everybody give Trent a shout out. He's been being an amazing co-caster. I have been hacking up a lung, coughing unrelentlessly into the microphone and muting it for the stream, but not for him. So I've just been coughing in his ear. Did it feel nice?
Yeah, you really have. Yeah, it was great. Actually, it made me feel like I'm really healthy.
Okay. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys next time for some more Dotes. Adios.